Good morning, students. Previous video session we have completed the fourth unit, and the last video Selina ma'am gave some of the important questions and revisions. Today we are going to discuss a new lesson, fifth unit, motion of system of particles and rigid bodies. You know, most of the object around us, we came across many objects. All these objects which is made up of some particles. Even this chalk. This chalk is made up of so many particles which cannot be seen by our naked eye. Like that, all the objects around us which is made up of some particles. We have discussed in our last unit and all many object we have considered as a point object. Even a bulk bodies we have considered it is as a point object. It means we didn't give any importance to the size and the shape of the body, but in this unit we are going to give importance to the size and the shape of the body. That is what here we are going to study what the motion of system of particles and the rigid bodies. Motion of point objects and all we have learned in the previous units and all. Here all the bulk bodies or rigid bodies motion we are going to study by giving the importance its size and shape. Here we are not going to consider it is as a point object. The bulk body as it is we are considering as bulk bodies, that is what we are giving importance to its size and shape. We know that there are two forces acting on a body when it is in motion. You see, the forces acting on the bulk object are internal forces and external forces. Two forces which is acting on all these bodies. So these forces we can classify into two: internal forces and external forces. You can assume a bulk body. You know, you all are cricket players. Many of them around us are cricket players. While playing the cricket, we are using the cricket bat. We can keep it as a bulk body. Or you can keep this duster or some chair, a bulk body. So all around us, many objects are there. We can keep some of the objects as bulk bodies like a cricket bat. This cricket bat also made up of some of the particle, and you know that there is two force which is acting on that cricket bat every time. Internal force means what? Inside the particle which is moving. The particle inside all the matter which is in its what? Motion. We will study later, you know, in 6th unit and 7th unit. We will study about the motion of all these particles and all. Second volume book, we will discuss. So, any object around us which is made up of particles, this particle always in its motion. Inside the particles in its motion. That is what we are saying internal force which is acting on the system. Internal force means what? The force which is acting among the particles inside the system. This is the force. There are so many particles inside this object. All these particles exerting some force because it is in its some type of motion. So internal force means what? The force which is acting among the particles inside the system. And the external force. External force means what? The force which is acting from outside. These are the two forces which is acting on a body. Now, what is meant by rigid body? What is meant by rigid body? A rigid body means which maintains its definite and fixed shape even when an external force acts on it. Naturally, if any external forces acting on a rigid body, it will not change its definite shape and a fixed shape. Such type of body only we are saying a rigid body. You can tell the same example, cricket bat. Inside internal force is there, outside external force is there. Even that what naturally it is not changing its definite and fixed shape. And we know that you will have a doubt now maybe. But cricket bat breaking, cricket bat breaking, so the shape is changing. That we will discuss in Unit 7 about the deformation. Naturally, there are two forces acting among the particles and outside the system, internal force and external force. So, due to this external force, it is not changing its what? Definite shape or fixed shape. So that is what in this unit we are going to study the motion of rigid bodies. So in this unit we are considering all the rigid body by using its center of mass concept. In this unit, we are giving more importance to center of mass when we are studying about the motion of the rigid bodies. For example, you can see center of mass means what? What is meant by center of mass? What is meant by center of mass? Center of mass means, assume that you have a book. You have a book. So, assume that you have a book like this. Some of the students you may know, while you are sitting simply or something, you will keep your finger on this book and you will try to balance this book on your finger. So, you know that at some particular point, you can be able to balance the book on your single finger. And you know that some of the students even rotate the books. So, why they can able to keep that big book on their single finger? How it is possible? The thing is, what are center of mass? Whole mass is acting at a point. Every object you take, any object you take, where all the mass is concentrated, that point now we are saying center of mass. Here our definition is there in page number 209. Center of mass of a body is defined a point where the whole mass appears to be concentrated. Entire mass appears to be concentrated. If you are taking this object up, we can find the center of mass. You can try to balance any object on your finger. Even some of the players will balance the football on their finger. That means whole mass on that football is acting or appears to be concentrated at a point. That point we are saying center of mass. That's what I told you. Any rigid body you take any rigid body, its center of mass, you can find it easily. And some of the toys in your houses, you will keep in a showcase, and that bats that are by using what or the aeroplane bats at a single point. You can see it will be stable at some surface. So it is what we are saying center of mass. Even our human body, there is a center of mass which will come around our stomach, where our whole body mass is acting at the point. So this is what about a center of mass. It is very easy to find out the center of mass of any object. We can find the center of mass for all the regular object very easily. If you are taking circle and sphere, you are taking a circle means its center of mass is at the center. If you are taking a circle or sphere, its center of mass is acting at its center. That's what you can see the wheel of a car or any vehicle. You can see the axle which comes at the center of that wheel. Like that, if you are taking a rectangle or square, you can find the center of mass by drawing diagonals. You can draw the diagonals, and where these diagonals meet, that is the center of mass. If you are taking a square, how you will find out the center of mass? The same, you can draw diagonal, and you can find out what are center of mass. The same thing, cube. You take a cube. If you are taking a cube, its center of mass you can find out by drawing diagonals. If you are taking a cuboid, you can find the center of mass of cuboid by drawing the diagonals. Where these diagonals meeting at a point, that is the center of mass of the object. So it is clear. You can mark the definition, page number 209. The center of mass of a body is defined as what? The point where the entire mass appears to be concentrated, where the whole mass is acting on it, where the whole mass is concentrated on it, that is the center of mass of an object. You can mark this definition in page number 209. Next one is center of mass for distributed point mass. Center of mass for distributed point mass. This is what I told you. If it is a circle, if it is a square, if it is a rectangle, if it is a cube, if it is a cuboid, for all the regular shape you can find out the center of mass easily by drawing the diagonals. But rigid bodies, you can find the center of mass by using other method. Here you see center of mass for distributed point mass. Like this, assume that like these many point masses. Point mass. Mass 1, mass 2, mass 3, mass 4. Here 4 mass given. Now like this, 4 mass is distributed. 4 mass is distributed at different places. Now let us consider this mass is what are M1, M2, M3, M4. Like this, a mass is distributed. You are going to find out the center of mass of this. How you can able to find out the center of mass for this object? For that, some formula is there. That is what here. This formula is a basic formula. You have to learn these 3 formula. So you see, if you want to find out the center of mass for these distributed point masses, first you have to draw a coordinate system. Coordinate system. This is what? X, Y, Z. Coordinate system. After drawing this coordinate system, you can draw the origin. Origin, you see. This is the center of mass. This is what a center of mass for this distributed what are distributed masses. So like this you can find out the center of mass. What is this point mass? Point mass means here our definition is here hypothetically what are? It is a hypothetical point particle which has no non-zero mass and what are? No size, no shape. That is what we are saying point mass. So this is what about the center of mass for distributed point mass. Let us consider. You can write the first definition. A point mass means what? It is a hypothetical point, assumed point. That is what? A hypothetical point, particle which what? Which has non-zero mass, no size and no shape. Here you can see one example is given for cricket bat. That is what? You see, center of mass of a rigid body. Here on cricket bat, picture is given in the textbook. One boy is throwing the cricket bat. You can see the center of mass, where the center of mass is acting, that path is like parabola. That path. You can see like this. The bat is in different position, like this on diagram you can see. You see the cricket bat position is different. That is what it is saying. In a rigid body, the motion is in different path. Different path. For example, if you are taking a wheel, vehicle wheel, center will rotate one direction and the other point particle will move in another direction, another path. The same thing, this cricket bat, one simple example is given with the diagram. One boy is throwing the cricket bat at some angle, some 45 degree. You can throw the bat like this. You also can feel it will rotate. When it rotates, what are this path at one point that can change any position, but one point always moves in one path. That is what this point you will get a parabola shape you will get. So that is what about center of mass of a rigid body. One example only here given. Next is center of mass for distributed point mass. That means some masses like M1, M2, M3, M4, like some masses, point masses are distributed. You are going to find the center of mass for this object. For that you are considering a coordinate system. XY is a coordinate system, and here you are giving what? Here this point mass is distributed in X coordinate system. So you can choose x1, x2, x3, etc. up to xn coordinates you can choose. Then three formulas there. This formula only you have to study. From these three formula is given. The first formula is XCM is equal to summation MIXI divided by summation MI. This is what equation for the X coordinate of the center of mass. You can find out the center of mass of these distributed masses in X coordinate system. You can use this formula. You can use the summation MIXI divided by summation MI formula to find out the center of mass for these distributed point masses which is in the X coordinate system. You see, here these masses are distributed in X coordinate system. This center of mass you can find out by using this formula. Even you are distributed some point masses here. You can find out that one for that is in what Y coordinate system. So suppose you are distributed some point masses in this Y coordinate system. So you can find out the center of mass by using YCM is equal to summation MI divided by summation MI. Instead of, what is this summation MI? Total mass. Total mass. This is what XI means what? The coordinate system. X coordinate system. Here Y coordinate system. This summation MI you can write capital M for total mass. So you can use this equation XCM is equal to summation MIXI by capital M. This is what equation to find out the center of mass for the distributed masses in X coordinate system. The same you can find out the center of mass for the distributed mass in the Y coordinate system. You can use this formula YCM is equal to summation MIOL divided by capital M. The same you can find out Z axis. Suppose you kept some distributed some point masses in the Z coordinate system. So you can find out the center of mass by using the formula. Using the formula ZM equal to summation MI ZI by capital M. These are the three basic formula to find out the center of mass in X axis, Y axis, Z axis. Then one more formula is given, that is for finding the whole thing. Whole thing means what? The particle which is distributed in the coordinate system, Cartesian coordinate system, that is in x, y, z. All these coordinate system, it is distributed, means you can use this formula. RCM is equal to summation MI RI by M. What is this Ri? What is this Ri? Ri means what? Xi plus Yj plus Z vector. Xi unit vector J K. So you see this Ri means what? This is Xi means the particle which is in the x-axis, particle which is in the y-axis, particle which is in the z-axis. So in this manner you can find out the center of mass which is distributed in the coordinate system. So assume that some of the particle which is distributed somewhere, you want to find out the center of mass for that object. If you want to find out the center of mass for this distributed mass, what you have to do? You have to draw coordinate system. First you have to draw the coordinate system. You have to put these point masses in x coordinate system or y coordinate system or z coordinate system. Then you can use this equation. What equation? For x coordinate system, to find out the center of mass for this distributed mass in x coordinate system, you can use xcm is equal to sigma mi xi by m, and ycm from y coordinate system you can use sigma mi yi by capital M, and z coordinate system sigma mi zi by capital M. Capital M means the total mass, and for the whole mass we can find out by using the formula sigma mi ri by the total mass M. So today from this video session, the very important thing is center of mass definition. That is in the page number 209. You can mark center of mass means what? The center of mass of an object or body is defined as a point where the whole mass is appears to be concentrated. In page number 209 you can mark this. And another 2 mark question, rigid body. Rigid body means what? Rigid body means page number 208 you can mark this. A rigid body is the what? One which maintains its definite shape and fixed shape. Even an external force acting on it. In page number 208 mark the definition, define rigid body. Then next question, define center of mass. The center of mass is very important, a 2 mark question which can be asked in the exam. Then these 3 formula you have to learn. Equation to find out the distributed mass in x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. And you can learn this. Thank you all. Bye bye. See you.